Hey everybody, and a warm welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing fine today because we're about to dive into another merry episode of The Sims Amazing Race. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Previously on The Sims Amazing Race, teams transform under the full moon into werewolves and began the leg by digging for relics. Another twist presents itself in the form of the face-off, where teams went head-to-head in some werewolf tug-of-war. Crystal and Zach navigated the tunnels beautifully into Forgotten Hollow first, where the teams fought some vampires for a second roadblock, and the half-siblings took home their second win of the race. Mackenzie and Oliver were last at the face-off and had to wait out a penalty, and in the end, they could not catch up to the other teams and they were eliminated in 7th place. 6 teams are left, who will be eliminated next. Welcome back to the show! I'm so happy you're here. It's rainy and dreary here in Forgotten Hollow, but that's not new. Poor vampires be damned if the sun never shines here. Anyway, on to Lake 8. We've come so far. Crystal and Zach are the first team to depart today at 5:14 a.m.
Wimp, Sequinario.
Bumkaro Sumbisi. Klimph. Wavu. Ruskan Lampima. Muchi Pichi. Shamagra Brahe.
The siblings are gonna get their next clue now. Please be somewhere nice and warm. Not just for aesthetics, but also so my game doesn't lag like hell.
Coccyx! Morning racers! This leg we're heading to Henford-on-Bagley, the serene English countryside with fields of farmland and the cutest animals. Once they land, teams will head to the Cordelia's secret cottage to receive their next clue. Just what is Cordelia's secret? I shan't say.
Yay! Another new location! I'm really treating y'all this season, huh? Well, Crystal and Zach can do whatever they want now. The next teams aren't for a while. Oh, there's even a TV here! And they choose to talk outside, in the rain. Bye. We're gonna welcome the next team now. Samira and Octavius are the second team to depart today at 5:50 a.m. Second place in a row, huh? I bet they are itching to get a win.
Unkim Panipa Spoid! Finaim! Yadumsa Legenzo. Finay.
Ta-da! More teams join the ranks. Santiago and Evander are departing in 3rd place today at 5:53 a.m. And leaving in 4th today is Mackenzie and Johnson. Clearly Johnson is still in the mood, feeling betrayed by his cheating wife.
Pandoli Usanet. Smishy Yafana.
Verobi Sapino.
Grenea.
Chinobs. Balafoy.
Opala Chaba. Peldo Dabishi.
I mean, feelings are feelings, but it's been 3 legs now, sir. You may want to let that go. Johnson, my man, where are you going? Please come inside, it's raining. Oh my god, he's gonna vandalize. Well, this man now has anger issues too. At least he's happier now? And then Zach of all people comes to play in the trash. Please! He's really letting loose now, isn't he? The wind is getting to his head. Before we go any further, let's welcome Albert and Ophelia, departing 5th at 6:26 a.m. 8 legs in, and they're the only team who has not made it to the podium yet.
Poma, Sawoda Bimi, Varpasa Kampo, Bule Nagalna, Nibahana, Nubim Shorg.
And last but not least, departing with their iconic cutesy umbrellas is Chidinma and Rochelle, leaving the starting mat at 6:50 p.m.
Babane, Vobi Ibsa Bibdo, Quest, Torque Bashoshi,
Shabe Simona Sero. Bergaba.
Well, Crystal, I wonder who put that there. Johnson's like, oh my, look at the weather. As if it wasn't raining since the leg started, Johnson. Pick another distraction. Santiago then proceeds to give old Johnny Boy some life advice.
Kirasha Yabasane. Okanoi Pompira. Quexi Fosunia. Benefi, sick of foos. Ashi.
Aw, Octavius is on the hunt for new besties. This time he's latched onto Ophelia, it seems. Ow! Ophelia did not have time for him. Oh, poor guy. Albert's also been branching out. He's finally talking to people now. Oh, hey, Johnson. Back from Santiago's therapy session. Anything you want to say? Aw, he blew a kiss. Oh, she is swooned. That's the spirit. Oh, love is in the air everywhere today. You did good, Santiago, wherever you are.
Rib.
Well, with everybody in a good mood now, I'd say it's time to head on to old Henford. Let's get out of this wetland and say hi to some cows. Excuse me? Why is it so dark here too? The sun better show herself soon or else. Our racers are running up the hill once again to find Cordelia's secret cottage. I'm sorry, I probably sang that song like every leg right now. Whew, that was quite the run. And looks like Crystal and Zach are currently in the lead. Let's see what Cordelia's secret is.
A roadblock is a task that I don't feel like talking about anymore. In this roadblock, that member better have some steady hands and an eye for detail. The chosen one will head into the cottage and pick up some yarn. They'll then knit a neck warmer for a llama, which will be donated to the local farm. If their creation is of at least 475 simoleons in value, they'll get their next clue.
Alrighty, our roadblock doers are about to head into the cottage to do some knitting. Aw, this is such a cozy room. These racers are already focused and knitting the day away. Albert is the only one in the race with the knitting skills, so this is your time to shine, Albert. Looks like Zach and Octavius are the first two that are done. Ooh, Zach does not have enough. Ooh, Octavius is worse. As the boys start again, the ladies complete theirs. Oh, ooh, my heart breaks for Mackenzie. That was so close, but she has to try again. Chidinma's is not close. Santiago's ready for his first attempt. Ooh, not bad. Do it again. Let's see, Albert. Ooh, not good enough either. Knitting, knitting, knitting. Everybody's knitting.
Thar Benib. Washa Zabris. Baribi Damse.
It's fun and games until you're failing like every check. Chidinma keeps getting close, but not quite there. Everyone's starting their third attempts now as Albert finishes his second. Oh! And 2 attempts is all the old man needs. He's got it! Oh my god. Go, Albert. My heart is pumping so fast right now. Like, Albert and Ophelia opening a clue? Is this real life?
A detour is a choice between 2 tasks, each with its own pros and cons. In this detour, teams can either put their cooking skills to the test or come face to face with some of Henford's wildlife. In Can It, teams will make their way to 2 Old Mill Lane, head inside, and pick a stove. They must then do some canning and make 2 jars of tomato sauce each. If their products are of normal quality or higher, they'll get their next clue. In Ribbit, teams will make their way to the same location, but instead, they'll find the pond in the front yard. They must then attempt to capture 6 frogs as a team, with each frog of the uncommon rarity or higher. Once they do, they'll get their next clue. Oh, and caution, double U-turn ahead. Ribbit.
Ooh, the U-turn returns. Better get a move on, Albert and Ophelia. I feel like an ass turning this down because she is 1 simoleon away, but try again, Chidinma. Mackenzie's knitting quality is also slowly slipping. Back to the knitting board, ladies. Ooh, Santiago's ready. More like Santiano. Try again. 5 racers remain and they are very focused on their knitting. Octavius seems to be struggling a little bit here. The struggle paid off because Octavius passes. Octavius is up and out of here. Oh, Mackenzie, please. These ladies are getting so close, but just not hitting the mark. Samira and Octavius leave the roadblock in their favorite number, 2nd place.
Spubani! Harfise hoi voi! Ugh!
Zach tries again after his craft gets worse and worse. Chidinma, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to strive for perfection just a little bit more. Mackenzie also fails again and she's getting a little flustered, it seems. But Santiago does it with 481. Santiago and Evander are getting out of here and on to the next. We're at the outskirts of Henford-on-Bagley and Albert and Ophelia are the first team at 2 Old Mill Lane for the detour. Well, looks like Albert already got started on the frogs. And Oh, she's miserable. Oh, right, she's squeamish, and yeah, she's already having the worst time.
Washa Zabris. Baribi Damse.
Albert can relate though, the old man's having the most fun with these frogs while Ophelia keeps failing. Oh yes, go Ophelia, you got one there. Samir and Octavius have also arrived at the Detour and looks like they're gonna compete with Albert and Ophelia to nab some frogs. Let's see, Ophelia got one uncommon frog and I'll sell the rest so I can keep track easier. Oh my, Albert got a lot. Common, oh, he got a rare one too. You go, Albert. Octavius also found one uncommon frog. Yeah, this probably isn't the most exciting challenge, but you know, it's competitive. Back at the knitting roadblock, the ladies and Zach are trying not to panic with their knitting. Mackenzie is slowly getting very frustrated with the task. It's tangling.
Srefi Pardu, Skizna Githara, Tibo Manza Zimonis Arrow.
Gobi? No beam flurba.
Uma Samsomog, Banji, Kiarba Lansif, Spamen.
Zach starts on his 5th attempt, I guess. And ooh, the ladies are once again finished. Chidinma, ooh, Chidinma, this is beautiful. Chidinma passes and Mackenzie does not. Chidinma and Rochelle leave for the Detour. Wait, Chidinma? Chidinma? She found a bunny? Oh, this is so cute, but you ladies gotta go. Oh, stop. This bunny loves her.
Paparani Squamish. Dasi Wabarleen.
Zach is getting closer, but not close enough. Oh, and Mackenzie is celebrating. Celebrating what? Exactly. This is horrendous, Mackenzie. Johnson is getting very annoyed just waiting outside. For good reason, cause Zach is done. Oh my gosh. Crystal and Zach complete their roadblock, leaving Mackenzie and Johnson in last place. Thanks to Octavius, the nanny and child have caught up with Albert and Ophelia by catching 2 uncommon frogs. And well, if it isn't Santiago and Evander. Oh, looks like they're running past the pond, which means they're gonna can it.
Cricky. Jiffa-Kalu, Yalmazura. Quexi Fazunia. Durfna Kimalu.
Well, Albert and Ophelia have now reached 2 frogs each and they're up to 4. And Samira finally contributes, bringing their number up to 3. Evander gets started on cutting tomatoes for the tomato sauce. Neither have the cooking skills, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, they clearly don't know how to navigate a kitchen. Hold up. Samira randomly found 3 of the same uncommon frog? Damn, girl! And Octavius has 2, which means they are done! Albert and Ophelia, on the other hand, oh, they're having trouble. They're up to 4 frogs right now.
Panachi Sarspa. Fremic Bobizi. Stibara.
Ophelia's face is absolutely sending me. Anyway, time for Samira and Octavius to go. Let's see what our next clue is.
Teams will now make their way on foot to the Old Mill Hill and search the grounds for their next clue. Caution, double U-turn ahead. Why did I say that twice?
Out with Samira and Octavius to the U-turn, and in with Chidinma and Rochelle, who just arrived at the Detour. They're heading straight for the pond, which means they're gonna get in Albert and Ophelia's way even more with the frog catching. Oh wait, never mind. Ophelia has 3 and Albert has 3. They're also done. Samira and Octavius are dashing to the U-turn, and Albert and Ophelia can only hope they catch up. Ophelia, don't walk! Samira and Octavius are here at the Old Mill Hill, which is currently deserted because I kicked out the whole Watson family. You know, the 2 that could not keep it in their pants in my Hate Island video. Well, you're first at the double U-turn. What do you think?
A U-turn is a tool which can be used to force a team to complete the other side of the detour. Teams can only use a U-turn once in the whole race. So, some teams probably can't use this one, while others will have to decide if this is the best time to use it.
Manamit Boomshar Glafi. Hinaku Sarabna.
Boosh. Buna. From.
Oh my god, they did Albert and Ophelia? Damn, that is cutthroat. Let's check out the next clue.
Teams will now make their way downtown to the Finchwick Farmers Market to receive their next clue.
Eee, the farmer's market, how cute. Oop, there's Albert and Ophelia in the flesh. Samir and Octavius better run away as quick as they can or they're really gonna feel Albert's rage. Let it out, old man. Ophelia is too stunned to speak.
Gorabani Shorg. Zimze Jost. Hapshini Uchima.
Nepiyakaboo. Kazi Panork. Yabipo. Jamul. Vespacane. Wabarani.
Well, they chose Crystal and Zach, and they're off to complete the other side of the detour. This is a first that the U-turn board is already full this early.
Quafika Abimo. Ah, Chilu. Shinflubranoi.
Meanwhile, ooh, Evander's tomato sauce is good. Don't forget to take that with you. And Santiago, be careful. Yay! Let's check. That sauce is also good. The Short Kings run for the farm, leaving the lesbians at the only team at the detour. For now. Not this literal frog taunting them by hopping off the lily pad. Chidinma has 2 uncommon frogs right now. Why the f can I click on this thing? Rochelle has 3 by the way, so they only need 1 more. Legend says that till this day, Mackenzie is still knitting that llama neck sweater, and the cottage is named Mackenzie's Secret. What's her secret? She can knit. She cannot knit. Oh my god, finally! Yes, girl! Mackenzie and the very angry Johnson are finally leaving the roadblock.
Unafario Yamisha. Pana Loomkeem. Sinara.
Hinave. Binfa Hep.
Ha, if only they knew they had nothing to worry about. You know who's U-turn? Crystal and Zach, except they don't even know it yet, but they're off to do some canning. Chidima now has 3 frogs and Rochelle also has 3. The lesbians are moving on up. Santiago and Evander arrive at the U-turn with all the sighs of relief that they are not U-turned.
Uspeb. Minerva. Raga. Zarzulia Yerblik. Uchi Bichi.
Chid and Maricel also received a similar good news. Oh, they're both flirty.
Warma. Boma. One fish. Lika. Oh, Buster Boot.
To the Finchwick Farmers Market we go! I swear, why do Sims insist on walking through platforms when they don't have to? Arriving first at the farmers market is Samira and Octavius. I cannot get over how freaking cute this build is, by the way. I'm so glad I found this on the gallery. Let's see what on earth are we doing here.
Damn, Kawaii really putting y'all through the ringer. Here's another roadblock, which must be performed by the team member who sat out the last one. That team member must pick a market store and sell 4 of the items they obtained from the previous detour in order to get their next clue. Ooh, I want to buy a frog. Ribbit.
Ooh, a Sims Amazing Race classic. This is Samira's roadblock and their frogs are already out on display. Let's sell some frogs, Samira.
Nokoi? Oh, bomb. Usa.
Ho ho ho! Santiago and Evander are here to amp up the competition. Evander's selling tomato sauce, so that has to be a little more appealing at the farmer's market, right?
Assume. Mifla. Beckonwishun. Peru.
Oh my lord, it's Mega F-Boy Thomas Watson! Are you interested in some frogs today, my good sir? Oh hello! Your wife is also here. How are things at home after being on Hate Island? Checking out some tomato sauce, eh? Well? No comment? Okay. Ooh, Thomas got a frog! No clue what he's doing with it, but thank you! Rami didn't get anything though. Rude. Evander is left with 4 items while Samira is down to 3. Crystal is chopping and seasoning that sauce. She actually has the cooking skills, so this is going to be a fun time for her. Meanwhile, Albert and Ophelia are about to start their U-turn detour, and you bet they're not saying anything to Crystal and Zach about what they did. Ooh, she's done! Oh, she's not done. She's putting it in the pot? I have no idea what the canning process is, so yeah.
Wessa Boo Moochie Peachy. Mevo Laba. Sigluna Piyun.
Somas. Bueo Shuna. Olaku Mafej. Yimple Swed.
Crystal and Zach pass the quality check, and the half-siblings are out the door. As they leave for the hills, Mackenzie and Johnson finally show up.
Wixinia. Zirkuni Swarspa. Gorsoi. Numanu Freeva.
Damn, Johnson didn't even wait for her to finish. Chill, Johnson. My goodness. Albert passes the vibe check, but Ophelia! That is terrible tomato sauce. Poor Ophelia, she probably hasn't even recovered from the frogs. Albert's just gonna continue to talk to himself as Ophelia works on another batch of sauce. Crystal and Zach have reached the old mill hill and voila, you get a U-turn! Wait, are you happy?
Ulak Muchi Pichi. Been trip. How you say it? Toba Boyo.
Wavu Ruskan Lampima? Muchi Pichi? Tibo Manza Zimonis Arrow.
Crystal and Zach waste no time and make their way back, even passing Mackenzie and Johnson on the way. Meanwhile, the newlyweds get the good news that they are indeed safe from the double U-turn.
Rana Ura. Naba Flarza. Koshi Shanoi. Pivata Nu.
Back at the Finchwick Farmers Market, Rochelle joins the Roadblock Club to sell her adorable little frogs. Meanwhile, Evander is waiting for this elder lady to decide if she wants some sauce or not. Oh, she does! Thank you for your business! Nice sight you got there. Sir, Naoki, why are you kicking trash cans? Don't ruin the environment. And now he's playing in the trash. Great. Not these men just talking around Rochelle's stalls and paying her no mind. Poor girl.
Brody Mabuffet. Wenzel Phoebe.
Naoki is now yelling at random park goers. Lovely. Oh, Mackenzie and Johnson are here! Well, retail is probably the last thing Johnson wants to do right now, but this is his roadblock, so all the best, I guess. Oh yeah, and since they technically bypassed the detour using the express pass, they are given frogs to sell since they technically chose the ribbit detour before using the express pass. So yeah, have fun selling frogs, Johnson! Ophelia is still feeling the nausea while making her sauce, but she's almost done. Meanwhile, Crystal and Zach are beginning their frog catching journey. Not off to a great start. Oh, not a great start at all. Stop. These frogs are taunting them non-stop. Ophelia's second attempt passes the quality check and they can go. Ophelia, stop walking! Run! Crystal and Zach can only fail helplessly as they watch Albert and Ophelia leave after completing their second detour.
And Fabi Narbol. Franj. Nisa Faba. Tomono Paz.
Well, Crystal found one uncommon frog so far. Keep going, you got this! Our non-Roblox doers are all sitting lifelessly at one table while their partners sell some goods. Oh, thank you. Wait, that's not Thomas. Who got something? Oh, thank you, lady. She got one of Rochelle's frogs. Meanwhile, her wife is just cleaning up the trash. She cannot stand the mess despite loving trash, you know. Oh, well, never mind. She does love her trash. Now she's just rummaging it. Albert and Ophelia arrived at the roadblock, and if only Ophelia can get to her table, she can start selling her lovely tomato sauce. Hopefully without frog juice in them. Ooh, oh, Albert! Albert is going off on Octavius. He's like, you have no reason to U-turn us, you little... And Octavius does not back down. He fights back. Yes!
Chop bueno. Zap and quark are banny. Think you knew. Patash are fanaya.
Sangola.
Oh my god, out of nowhere, Samira only has one frog left to sell. And Evander is down to 3 jars of tomato sauce. Want some fresh tomato sauce, Simon? They were made like an hour ago. Sir, that was hecking rude. Crystal and Zach are at 3 frogs right now. You're halfway there, keep going. Oh, those are some nice frog sounds. Cue the frog catching montage, I guess. I do everything on this race. That's a common one, so sorry, gal. Crystal got 4 out of 5 frogs that they have right now, and Zach only has 1. Crystal's carrying the team right now. Ooh, that's a good sound. Yay, Zach got 2 uncommon ones now, and Crystal has a stack of 3. That makes 7, which is more than enough. You're free to go. They rejoice in their victory, and they are out of here.
Sequinario, Ulak, Akroba, Rorn. Oh.
Samira is upping her saleswoman game now. She is anxious and trying to sell this last frog. Meanwhile, Evander is down to 2 jars and he's waiting to get out of here too. No luck for the rest still. Simon is back for some jam, hopefully. And ooh, here's one for Samira. Oh, she's an amputee too. And the braids? She's taking all my CC. Honestly, love it. Ooh, Simon got a jar. Evander is down to 1. You want a frog, ma'am? Oh my god, she left!
Dobao, Saba, Fanirsh. Lumpe Kenda, Vilpa, Befite.
Ian's looking at Ophelia's tomato sauce now, and he buys! Oh my lord, Ophelia's now ahead of Johnson! Oh, Johnson has a potential customer through. Oh, he left too. Oh, a bunch of people are leaving now. Dun dun dun! Crystal and Zach showed up, and you bet they are not happy. Crystal goes off to sell her sauce, and Zach... Oh, Albert is sleeping! Oh my gosh, my boy Flies was here too. Oh, Albert is really tuckered out. I think Zach wants to confront him, but he'll just have to wait. Oh my gosh, there's already somebody here for Crystal's tomato sauce. She's like, hey lady, you know you want it. Sauce for all that pasta. She buys it! Oh my god! Crystal just arrived and she's already tied with Rochelle and Ophelia and ahead of Johnson. Oh god. Oh, you lady are a hottie, a fashionista on our hand. Would you like a frog to complete your look? Samira, stop looking constipated. You're not gonna sell frogs this way. Well, lady, what's it gonna be? Damn. Oh, she goes over to Crystal. This lady is shady. Oh my god. I guess some tomato sauce goes better with her red look. Wait, Rochelle? Rochelle, not the bathroom break. This is a race. Johnson, you may want to lighten up. Ain't nobody buying anything with that face.
Polina Ortiz. The tape. Oh, Iklabov.
Zach, did you just wake up the old man? Poor Albert, he just wants to pee. But angry Zach knows no bounds. He calls out Albert on his BS. Damn, my goodness, he's not letting up. Go Zach, come out of that shell. Oh, Albert does not stand down either. I love drama.
Asbuk Pilpenlanzaya. Rinshub Shataub.
Paguna de Roy. Wish the board. Pena Swarbo. Neeb. Ferne Globy.
Uchima go larga slonkim. Baima kapoi.
Is that Servo literally playing a basketball? AI is really taking over the world these days. Oh, Evander has a customer! Damn, if he sells this one, he is done. You want it? Oh, she says no. Ow! She goes and gets it anyway. She's toying with us. But, Evander is done! Santiago and Evander grab their next clue. Hopefully it's the pit stop. It has to be, right?
Henford-on-Bagley brought us many things, but the most iconic of all is the return of the scary, bag-smacking Agnes Crumplebottom. Teams must now search for her store and meet me at the pit stop. The last team to arrive may be eliminated.
Woo! To the pit stop we go, Santiago and Evander. Hello, Santiago. Hello, Evander. Welcome to Henford-on-Bagley. This is Agnes Crumplebottom, owner of the garden shop. I had to buy a dozen oversized seats from her so that she would be in a good mood to greet you guys. Santiago and Evander, I'm pleased to tell you that you are team number 1. Congratulations! That's your 3rd win in the race. In addition to that achievement, you have also won a 1-year supply of Anastasia Beverly... Sorry, wrong one. You have won a 1-year supply of oversized crops and seeds from Goldblum and Crumplebottom shops. Plant them, eat them, do whatever you want with them. You have a whole year. Another win in the books for Santiago and Evander. They're definitely one of the top teams in The Sims Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Inabush Pishushi. Funda Arba. Ensenoi me pim quexi echuda. Prompt Hampe. Who's like Jeffino?
A great leg again for the Short King. See you next leg. Now, we heard a lot of cha-chings while we're here, so we better check this. Here comes the rain. That can't be good for business. Well, Rochelle sold another frog and Chidinma just finished using the loo. Oh dear, Johnson, you've sold nothing, sir. At least he's in a better mood now. Ophelia is miserable and still stuck with 3. Crystal with 2 jars there, and Samira with 1 last frog. Oh my god, a customer for Johnson? Finally? Rude. Oh my god, poor Johnson. Oh, he's looking at Chidinma's frogs instead. Damn. Bruh, this guy wasn't gonna buy anything. Samira is like over this task. This one frog is standing between her and the pit stop. Oh my god, the red hottie is back. Hello lady, you actually want the frog this time or are you just gonna walk away? Well, that's not good. Oh, thank you. Why y'all keep saying no and then buying it, huh? Anyway, Samira, you can go now. As Samira and Octavius head for the pit stop, Ophelia sells another jar of tomato sauce. Hello, Samira and Octavius. I think Octavius's brain is fried. Anyway, probably not the news you wanted to hear, but you are team number 2. Congratulations. You guys are rising up to be a very competent team.
couple of shoe. Reselect, Franho Hibani, Genja Fazar, Pima, Blashu, Organard, Burloy Guaz.
The heat is on now that the rain has stopped. Johnson sells his first item and Rochelle has a potential customer too. And Crystal sold another jar of sauce. She's making good progress.
Clem. Gonna Shuna. Thar Benip.
Johnson is starting to pick up some traffic. He's using everything he's got. But Ophelia is also enticing all his customers with her tomato sauce. Ooh. You go, Johnson. Get them all. Oh, Johnson sells another frog. He's gaining on the others really quick.
Ulak Muchi Pichi. Then Trip. Nona Fesh. Yasharu.
Hello? Did Crystal just go to the restroom? Ma'am, you're in a race for your life. Well, Ophelia snags up another customer for her sauce as a result. Johnson, now why are you tense again? You were doing so well. Oh my god, Johnson, give it a break. Oh hey, this guy's back again already. Oh, he must be cooking a huge recipe since he wants tomato sauce again. There is a glimmer of hope in Ophelia's face. Oh, now there's two of you. Alrighty, who wants it? Ophelia's selling this last jar as best as she can. Second jar of tomato sauce for this guy. Thank you. Ophelia and Albert leave the roadblock and now we have 3 teams fighting for last place. Oh my god, Albert! You can eat when you get to the pit stop. Just go. This low hunger is making Crystal especially angry because she's a glutton. That face is not gonna get her any customers. Oh wait, she has one right now. Welcome to the pit stop, Albert and Ophelia. My goodness, this rain is relentless. Well, Albert and Ophelia, you have finally done it. It only took 8 legs, but you are on the podium. You are team number 3. Congratulations. Survived the U-turn too.
Bethite Shamagra. Grinoi Foibi. Grinea. Apala Chaba. Peldo Dabishi.
Bafani Dawi, Prubara, Kiss-a-pay, Dorky Shucks, Happy.
Oh, that's the sound of an item sold. And it is Crystal. Crystal's done and she's heading to the pit stop. We're down to Johnson and Rochelle left. Rochelle only needs to sell this last one and she can go. Y'all are rude. They both left. Oh my god. Poor guys.
Karifrispa Blinzel. Bethite Yanka Bamu Zampa Guasha. Snaby Saquinario.
Ah, Brihe Ganet Bainel. Nilsy.
Ina Tubarno. Oh, seems a quink.
Surethi Pardu. Skizna Githara.
Hello, Crystal and Zach. You survived another jury day in the race and a U-turn too. And I'm proud to tell you that you are team number 4. Crystal, are you okay?
The bar de Blanc. Shinoy. Jungi Plavum. Judge Pimva.
This is overkill if I ever saw one. Rochelle is getting all the attention with her last remaining frog. Better late than never. Anybody want this cute fella? Oh, this guy wants it. Rochelle is done with the roadblock. Rochelle runs as fast as she can to the pit stop, but not without their umbrellas. Welcome to the pit stop, Chidima and Rochelle. You ladies hit another very close call today, but you are safe for now. You are team number 5. You're still racing.
Ganira. Lumegloff Bispa. Freenip. Libonkusha. Rafala Ferdoy.
Jubby Derka.
Conchica.
Winkakabao.
Y'all, this montage is way too long. Can y'all just come to the pit stop, please? Well, Mackenzie and Johnson, nothing really went your way this leg, huh? Anyway, this is Agnes Crumplebottom. She's... Agnes? Agnes, we talked about this. No attacking the racers. Go home. You're not you and your soppy, wet and immortal. Anyway, sorry about that. Mackenzie and Johnson, unfortunately, you are the last team to arrive at the pit stop today. And I'm sorry, there's no second chances for you today. You are eliminated from the race. You were such a great team to have on the race. I'm so sorry to see you go. And please fix all your issues.
Chorib Varpasa. Ethanoi. Flarib Finalibo. Wavu Ruskan Lampima. Muchi Pichi? Tosh.
Gobi Nushba. Yemi Temp Thorbo. Narble for boy. Sabris Fosha. Choba Quimsba. Bebas and boy. Espina. Fanoop soon. Genjil Shopa.
Febine Lovo Bonefi.
Tinoba Zuwang.
Well, glad to see that you two are already in better spirits. Take care as you travel home, okay? Sorry to cut short your honeymoon, lol. All the best in life's journey. Damn, maybe this express pass is a curse. This has to be an amazing race first to have 2 teams in the same season go home after using an express pass. We're down to the final 5 now. Are these the teams you expected? Gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised that both the elders are still here, and half the teams left are adults and older, proving that age is not a hinder. If you enjoyed that episode, don't forget to leave me a like. It's simple and it means a lot to me. I can't believe we're just 4 episodes away from crowning a winner. Whew, I'm so excited. As always, thank you for tuning in and I hope you have an amazing day and week ahead. Love y'all. Bye.